far. Just how does it feel to be back in this stall and
Yeah, geez. I don't know, it's been a few years, but it doesn't feel like it. It's so good to see the guys, obviously, but you guys and other staff members are still the same, and Bones is now our coach too, right?
and Chico.
Chico too, yeah, I played with, so no, definitely very fortunate to be able to come back for a couple of days.
It's too bad you couldn't have any fun out there, though.
It was good. I just wish I had more. I trained more, more stamina, yeah, to stick around. But it was a lot of fun. I loved it. Yeah.
Flower, I feel like you've talked and have said like practicing together is one of your favorite things about playing together.
Yeah.
So like, how special was it to get a chance to do that as part of, this whole couple days instead of just,
not just the game. That might be what I love the most. Just be on the ice and have a lot of shots, see the guys a bunch, be able to chirp a bit here and there, just like. So I don't know, that's a lot of fun for me.
Marc-Andre, what do these guys mean to you?
Good question. I don't know, I feel they're, when you spend every day with certain guys for, I don't know, like 12 years or something like that, right? Like, and you go through tough times, especially early, and then the good times also, obviously. And it means a lot, when you can battle with these guys for so long and win together and achieve your goals as a team, and just going through the routine every day, together, and the grind of it, and helping each other throughout the seasons and ups and downs, and so I think you get close bounded with those guys.
Well, I feel like every other time you've been back, it's been playing for the other team.
Yeah.
And there's like, that whole element of like you're trying to win. How much, I guess, I don't know if better is the right word, but how does it feel to be here without that sort of pressure?
On the other side, and usually it's always pretty quick, like obviously the regular season schedule is always pretty busy, right? So you come in, skate quick, get back to the hotel, eat, nap, come back to the rink, and there's not much free time. So it's good to be on this side of the locker room for once, and just have some time. Just this morning sitting at breakfast, little talks and having a little talk was good. Just to be able to spend some time like we used to.
Can you talk about how this opportunity came about, whose idea it was to go this way?
Cal Douglas talked to me at the end of last season and asked if I would be interested, and I was like, I don't know. I feel like I've said goodbye like 17 times already to everybody, so I was a little banged up too, for after the season, and I wasn't planning on working out or skating this, and I didn't, but and then we talked a few weeks back, and I got it back, and I was like home, kids in school, and I was like, I think that'll be fun, and spend some time, come in, right, spend some time with the guys and the staff, and see the fans, one last time too, so I'm happy that it all worked out.
Mark, why is it important to do it this way? You could have done the one-day contract, that'd been fantastic, but to have a session on the ice with practice, then for the game, why is it important to kind of do it now?
Not my idea. I was a little worried about giving up 6 goals tomorrow in that one period. So I don't want to ruin the game or anything like that, right? So, but to have the opportunity to do it, I feel that's when you. So we're used to it. It's how we spend most of our time together, right? It's in that practice routine, the game day routine, and having time with them in the locker room before practice or before game tomorrow and stuff like that. I think it's pretty cool. It's a great opportunity. I'm very thankful that Cal brought it up.
Flower, is it this time of year? It's the first time in however many years, 20-some years, you haven't been in camp, right? It's September. Is there any part as the season got ramped up where you thought, did I make the right decision to step away? Did your wife remind you, no, hey, it's time to be home? Stuff like that.
No, she got tired of me already some days, asking what we're doing, and stuff. No, I just got to skate a couple of times this week, last week too, with the injured guys in mini, so it was nice of them to let me get on the ice with them, right? I don't know. I obviously love hockey. Love this. You know, I love everything about the game, being around the guys, and love playing, love practicing, and I've found out that there's, I think, nothing else I can do that will fulfill that whole, right, of playing hockey. And but at the same time, I'm older, slower, more hurt, you know, a little more sore, and not as flexible, not as fast, maybe. And yeah, I think it's time.
Flower, there seems to be a little bit of confusion about this. Signing this PTO and playing in this preseason game, I don't know if the NHL does this officially. Does that mean you're officially retiring as a Penguin? I mean, does it go down in the book somewhere?
I don't know if there's a book somewhere about that. But, I think talking with Cal, something that came up, and I guess I'm very grateful and happy that I got to come and play my last game in Pittsburgh. But as respect for Minnesota, I thought maybe I didn't want to say I was retiring a Penguin, just because that's where I played my last real game in Minnesota, and obviously they were very good to me also, right? So, but it's like I said, huge opportunity. I'm very thankful to finish where things started for me.
There's been a whole generation of young goalies in Pittsburgh who started playing goalie because of you, and that's part of your legacy. I'm just curious what that means to you to know that you inspire so many kids around here to strap on the pads.
I'm just happy that they find something they love. You know, I hope they do like it as much as I do, and you know, I feel a lot of times they put the kid that can't skate, or you know, just go play goalie for a little bit. You know, but I think it's to me it was so much fun growing up, and it still is. You know, at 4 years old out there today, and if I can share that, you know, my passion for the position with young kids, and they can try it and see how much they love it too, right? And just go have fun, you know, play your best and have some fun on the ice. I think that's pretty cool.
Speaking of younger goalies, you had the opportunity to just chat with Philip and Sergei out there for a little bit. Just what did you say to them, and what would your advice to them be, just coming up as young goaltenders in the organization?
It's like you better try hard on coming to take your spot. You know? No, just try to get to know them a little bit. You know, they're both very nice kids and good goalies, obviously, and yeah, just chit chat a bit, see how they're doing, how camp is doing, and wish them the best for the upcoming season.
Mark, what do you anticipate tomorrow's going to be like? Preseason games are usually kind of boring. This won't be tomorrow. What's it going to be like for you tomorrow, do you think?
I think it'll be fast. I think the thing with the NHL is like the timing, right? The speed of the game, and you could just see in practice the little drills they do. Feels like I'm not up to tempo yet, maybe, you know. But so I think, yeah, for me it might be a little bit fast, you know, the whole thing. But still be fun to play in front of, you know, the Penguins fans, you know, at Council, or PPG, you know. Yeah. One last time, yeah, I think it'll be pretty sweet.
How do you feel now after practice? You said in the spring when you played a game,
yeah,
you felt like you were in a car wreck, and I'm paraphrasing it, but how do you feel just after this today?
Pretty good. I don't know, I feel my age a bit, you know, but no, it was fun. It was a good time. I felt okay, you know. Maybe things don't always go like it should go, maybe on the ice, you know, but still okay to have some fun and battle with the guys.
Matt, as someone who was teammates with Flower in Minnesota, just what is it like, you know, to see him back here, have him around the room? Just what does that do for the boys to have a personality like Flower back in the mix?
It's awesome. He's such a good dude. You know, always smile on his face, always joking, laughing. You know, he's, to a lot of us, has been a great teammate. So it's awesome to see him getting this. You know, it's well deserved.
Is everyone on high alert right now, just in terms of like getting pranked by Flower? And have you been the victim of a Flower prank before?
I have not been a victim. I might have been a co-conspirator. But yeah, no, he's always in the mix. I've kind of came in today a little bit head on a swivel, but I think there's some other guys he wants to get.
Nice. And I know, like, you obviously were with him with the Wilds. How much do you kind of know about his career here and just sort of the impact he's had, like, as a Pittsburgh Penguin player?
Obviously, you know it in the league. You know, prolific, one of the best to ever do it. So you know that, but when you're here in Pittsburgh and you see how passionate these fans are. Even, you know, doing the season ticket holder stuff, delivering tickets the other day, you know, talking to those people in our team. Pretty amazing to see, you know, the reach that Flower has and people, you know, trying to get tickets for this game, you know, trying to trade in regular season tickets for this game. You don't really ever see that in a preseason game, so it's pretty special. And, obviously, tremendous impact here in the community.
Preseason game tonight, you have one under your belt. Just how's it been getting back into the swing of things here in terms of, you know, not having played games for a while now?
It's been good. You know, we've been working really hard in camp, and I think that has shown in the games too. You know, it's starting to translate, and we want to just have another strong outing tonight.
And then just one last one is, how has it been working with Nelly in terms of like power play stuff? I know you guys haven't really worked on them in practice, but I'm sure you've had a lot of conversations. Just what has that communication been like?
Yeah, we're starting to get into that. I think as the days go on, you know, we'll have more of an emphasis on that, but just trying to take it one day at a time and just try to understand my role and what is needed of me and try to do that to the best of my abilities.
Just what was it like sharing the ice with Marc-Andre Fleury out there, and how do you think he looked?
Yeah, it was great. It was awesome. I mean, I was just saying on the walk over here, like, for everybody, like, everybody involved in a day like today, like, you know, it's just, you'll remember it. It's just, and you don't remember every practice. You don't remember, there's a lot of things that might look the same or kind of feel the same, but, like, you know, then there's certain things that just stand out, and I do think that, you know, for everybody involved, to just have like a legend of the game come out there in this type of an environment, you know, for this type of an event, like, you know, everybody's gonna remember that, and you know, so I think it's obviously, you know, extremely, you know, deserving for him in the career that he had, and everything that he's done in the game, and just, you know, just the reputation, who he is as a person. This is my first time ever meeting him, but from working, you know, in the league, you know, just the way other players talk about him, the other coaches talk about him, like, and so, yeah, it's just really cool, and I think it's something that, you know, everybody that was involved in today will definitely remember for a long time.
Dan, first, the playing in net tonight, who's a starter, and will they be splitting?
Yeah, we're going to split.
And
yeah,
who's the
so
starter?
Tristan's going to start. Yeah, and Seeloffs is coming in second half.
And are you at liberty to share what the plan is for Mora in that, or would you rather keep that under
Can't
wraps?
give away those secrets quite yet.
Fair enough.
Not quite yet. Just try to slide that in there in the back-to-back games. Yeah. Al is a good. I respect the try. Yeah, no. Well, Marc-Andre Fleury is going to be playing a period, and so we'll kind of square away, you know, exactly when. But yeah, I think that's been stated already, and so that is the plan. Yeah.
Dan, you touched on it a little bit last week, but just how valuable can having somebody like Marc-Andre around for these few days be for the current group of players, whether it's, you know, the experience that he has, the levity, his son going around pranking, you know, his dad and Gino, just things like that, you know, wisdom that he can impart on the group that's here now.
Yeah, it's invaluable, and it's you know, it's just, you can't put a price on something like that. And I think you see it from, as I mentioned before, kind of for everybody. I mean, first you got the guys that he's played with and how special that is for him to be back. You know, I guess number one, it's for him and his family, and, you know, like, to be able to come back to this city and to this organization, you know, where it started, and to be able to, you know, be celebrated. And as I've already stated, I mean, it's so well deserving. And then you have, you know, for everybody else too, for the young players players, for multiple reasons and on multiple levels, like how something like this, to have somebody like a person like this to be around, to be able to see him practice, to see that love for the game, it's you can't put a price on that. It's awesome. It's really cool, and it's and I think it is something that I think a lot of people will be able to soak in and take something from it.
Preseason games normally are fairly mundane affairs. Tomorrow's will not be. How do you take the proper steps of acknowledging a major part of this franchise's history while also remaining true, I guess, to the business of going through a preseason game, giving guys fair opportunities, evaluation, all that stuff?
Yeah, I mean, the games. It's going to be there's obviously a different excitement and a different feel to it, But I think when the puck drops and we have a game to play, and there's things that we need to be continuing to build in our team game, and it's also an opportunity for the the players in it, that they're working to earn something, to have that opportunity to showcase it and find a way to impact the game, and so there are definitely a lot of factors at play, but I think it's we're going about business as usual. We're having the same meetings. We're having the same routine during the day, and there'll be an excitement, and there will be I think different emotions that might be at play, but I think when the puck drops, it's going to be about the game, and it's going to be about us continuing to take steps in our team game. Easy one.
Sorry. Much different matter. Ryan Shea, he's a left-handed defenseman. He's capable of playing both sides. In fact, last year I think he actually started more sides on the right side. Obviously, diversity's in your game is always a valuable commodity, but is there greater value in that when at the defense position, where you lose one guy in a game, you're down to 5, whereas the forwards, there's more numbers to work with? How important is a defenseman who can play both sides, I guess?
Versatility helps for sure. I think we mentioned it in regards to the forwards a little bit there last week. It's the same thing for the defenseman. It's when you have that, there's a comfort level knowing somebody's done it before. Knowing that you're not guessing. Sometimes it is. It's during the course of a year, you might be making some of those decisions just because that's what you have in front of you. And that you're trying to get somebody to go play their offside for the first time, and you're hoping it works. It's nice when you have that versatility and you've seen it firsthand, and there's experience, and also probably most importantly for the player that they're going to be able to go into those types of situations kind of unfazed and just being able to go out there and play. And so I think it's obviously a factor. It's always good to know the history and the guys that do have that and have that experience.
Sid, I noticed a pretty big smile on your face out there. Can you put into words kind of the emotions or what you were seeing and feeling?
Yeah, just trying to enjoy it. You do that hundreds of times, thousands of times, and you take it for granted. So to get a chance to do that today was a lot of fun.
He also made a pretty good save on you there, the barrel roll.
The one where I batted out of the air and scored on it?
Oh, you're gonna.
That's the one you're talking about? Yeah, he made it. It was a good initial save for sure. Yeah.
We're having the feeling of getting back into the past this morning?
Yeah. I mean, with the yellow pads and some of the drills we were doing, you can still see the way that he competes, and it's a lot of fun to see.
Did he bring out that competitiveness in you guys as well? Did it feel that way?
Yeah, I think so. I think that it's just the enthusiasm. I think that the energy that he brings. It's really unique.
Marc-Andre was telling me a few days ago when he said yes to the Penguins that he was hoping to be able to play a good game, not to look like a fool on the ice.
I don't think it matters for us, to be honest with you. We know he's going to compete. I'm sure that guys are going to be working hard in front of him. Regardless of what the outcome is, it's going to be pretty cool, and a lot of us that are able to be part of it, for the fans, for the entire organization, it's a pretty neat thing to be part of.
So now that he's back here today, can you kind of encapsulate what he meant to that run with you guys?
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about run, 13, 14 years or whatever it was, I think. Is that how long it was? 14? Yeah, so I mean, it's a long time, and obviously we had some growing up in the league a little bit too. You know, we weren't as good those first, you know, his first year, and then my first year it was tough, and you know, we battled through it, and obviously had some great moments after that. But I think just being with him and all the young guys that came in together, you know, Tanger and Gino and Stalzy and Max and so many, but yeah, it was a cool time, you know, to be able to come up and grow up together.
Sid, how important was the energy that he brought? Because his personality is a little bit different than yours and Gino's and Chris's.
Yeah.
The energy he brings is unique to the game.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you know, especially for a goalie, you know, they're usually pretty quiet, keep to themselves, do their own thing, and you know, Flower was always a little bit different that way. I think he really enjoyed just, you know, being out there, and you know, goalies like to focus on specific things, and he did that, but he also, you know, was, you know, doing any drill after practice that maybe, you know, wasn't necessarily for him, but you know, he turned into a competition. So, you know, without keeping score, without, you know, making it clear it was a competition, there was always that subtle, you know, competing going on.
Sid, it's become so common to refer to you, Gino, Chris as the big three around here, but before that, for a while, it was the big four with Flower.
Yeah.
Just what does he mean as part of that forward team?
Yeah, I mean, he was here before us, and he, you know, he had some, well, at least a year there where it was a struggle, and I remember, you know, early on, and he's getting 40, 50 shots, playing unbelievable, and you know, we couldn't get wins for him. You know, it was tough, and he couldn't get shutouts. You know, it was like the hardest thing. He'd have like a shutout for like 57 minutes and then let one in. It was crazy. I don't know how many shutouts he has, but he should have like 15 to 20 more. He just had those nights where he just took over, and it was pretty cool to see. You always wanted to get rewarded with, you know, with a shutout, but you know, he gave us a chance to win, and you know, the amount of games that he played, I mean, that's not that common now. You know, that was more common then, but you know, the workload and what he shouldered each and every year was, you know, it makes it even more impressive that he's played this long and the level that he's played.
Obviously, he's only here for a couple short days, but what's the value of having just somebody like him come to this locker room full of young guys, especially for some of these young goaltenders on the roster?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that, you know, just observing someone like that, I think ultimately everyone's got to be themselves. I mean, it's going to be hard to, you know, to be another Marc-Andre Fleury, but I think, you know, just seeing that, you know, maybe the bond or seeing the compete that he brings to practice, the enthusiasm, the bond that he has with the guys that he's played with, and how unique that, you know, that is. You know, that's a part of our culture, and that's something that, you know, I think is special. So hopefully, you know, they can see that, and obviously just get to meet him, get to know him, and see what a great person he is above and beyond all the stuff that he's accomplished.
He was always described as the perfect teammate in Pittsburgh, Chicago, Vegas, Minnesota. Why was it the case?
I think just his attitude. I mean, he, as a goalie, you know how difficult it is. It's not easy. There's a lot of pressure. There's tough days where you're answering tough questions, and you know, everyone's pointing at you and it's not going well. So, you know, I think the way that he handled that, you know, just the mindset that he kept, you know, the teammate that he continued to be through all that, always showed up and worked hard, always had a smile on his face, and that hasn't changed from his first day to now. So, yeah, like I said, you know, above and beyond what he's accomplished, I think, you know, that's the most impressive part.
What do you think of the legacy that he will leave to the kids by the way he was playing, just always having fun, smiling, and everything?
Yeah, I think, like I mentioned, you know, the person first and foremost. I think that's clear to see when you see him play. You know, when you play hockey too, I think it's, you know, you kind of you have your own style. I mean, you look at players; they all have their own style, and it's easy to, you know, to try to be someone else, but he was, you know, so unique in the way he was as a person, or is as a person, but also the way he played the position too. He's pretty acrobatic, pretty athletic. He had a very specific style, which I think you could see. So you could see him express that, and that's pretty cool. I think that, a lot of players express themselves differently or known for different things, and his style is always pretty unique with the pads and the way he played the game. So that'll always stand out too, I think.
What did you think of James's ranking skills compared to his dad's?
He's going to get there. He's got the right teacher, but yeah, he's going to have to. He's going to have to do a couple to get used to it, but yeah, he'll get there eventually. Yeah.
I'm sure you'll encourage him.
Oh yeah, he's the future. That's for sure. He's the future.